This video, we are going to learn how to solve quadratic equations or quadratic functions by factoring. Okay, the first thing that you are going to do when you are solving a quadratic function by factoring is replace the f of x with a 0. So this right here, you want your equation to be set equal to 0. So I have 0 equals x squared plus 9x plus 18. And now we're going to see if we can factor this trinomial. So 0 equals. When I am factoring, what I am trying to do is see what was multiplied together to get this trinomial. So think about when you're foiling, the first thing you're going to have is this term times this term. We need those terms to multiply to equal x squared. We can use x times x to get that. Now, the next terms that are going to go at the end of each of these parentheses have to do two things. They have to multiply to equal this last number here, which is 18, and add to equal the middle number, or the middle coefficient, which is a positive 9. So when you're thinking about the numbers that multiply to equal 18, you have 18 times 1, 9 times 2, and 6 times 3. And then you're looking for the one that also adds to 9, which would be a positive 6 and a positive 3. Since your signs are the same, it doesn't matter which order they come in. Now, the step after you factor is to set these two factors, the x plus 6, set it equal to 0, and the other one also. So x plus 3, set it equal to 0, and then solve it for x. So on this one, I'll subtract x from both sides. So now I have x equals negative 6. And on this one, I will subtract the 3 from both sides to get x equals negative 3. Those are the two solutions. If you replace the x's in the original quadratic function or quadratic equation, those will both make the left side, or excuse me, the right side equal 0. Okay, let's try one more by factoring. Okay, so we're going to do the same process that we did on the last problem. We have turn the f of x. In this case, it's f of r. What it is, it's what's standing in for the y. So whatever this side is, you're going to make that be a 0 equals r squared plus 9r plus 20. And then we'll see if we can factor this. So same process as last time. Let's see if what we can find, what was multiplied together to get r squared plus 9r plus 20. So once again, these first terms have to multiply to equal r squared. So we'll use r and r. The next terms have to multiply to equal 20, while at the same time adding to equal 9. So let's think about how you multiply to get 20. 20 times 1, 10 times 2, and 5 times 4. So the ones that add up to 9 are going to be the 5 and the 4, both positive. And then set your factors, each equal to 0. So r plus 5 equals 0, and r plus 4 equals 0, and solve them for the r's. Ooh, that's not a 4. So on this one, I'm going to subtract the 5 from both sides So I get r equals -5, and here I will subtract the 4 from both sides to get r equals -4. So -5 and -4 would be your two solutions. Now, what happens if you run into this situation? F of x equals x squared minus 6x minus 4. And I try to use the same factoring method that I did on the other two. Turn this side into 0 equals x squared minus 6x minus 4. And then when I try to factor this, I'm going to run into a roadblock. I can get the x squared by using x and x. Here's where I'm going to have trouble, because I have to find the numbers that multiply to equal -4 and at the same time add to equal -6. Well, to multiply to get -4, I could either use those numbers or those numbers. The thing is, none of those are going to add to this -6. So factoring is not a good method to solve this quadratic equation. So on your next video, I will show you how to solve them using the quadratic formula.